What's with this light anyway? Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello from the UK.
Yeah.
Let's wait a bit, see if anyone will join us today. How are you? Happy birthday to you. Yay!
I'm old.
You're old. You're 40 today.
Yeah, I changed the what you call it.
You changed the
Number.
I have no idea how you call it.
Uh,
The prefix?
yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody joined, so
Hi,
hello,
hi. Thank you for joining. So if you guys have been in my last live, my husband had surgery last week. I know I said that probably I'll do another live in the weekend, but it just didn't happen. So I'm sorry, guys, if I made you wait. But there he is right now. So how are you feeling? Just to give an update to everyone.
Good. I feel all right.
Yes, good. Strong at 40. Yes, strong at 40. So, I've been trying to get updates on Orrin and Orson West. And it's so frustrating, really, that there are no updates whatsoever. I don't know what's happening.
Well, probably they are still looking for clues. I don't know. Uh,
I don't know. There are some things which are really, really strange about all of it, really, including the fact of how the adoption went. I've seen yesterday a video about the adoption process and the requirements.
yeah.
And yeah, it is quite similar to the UK. Although I'm still questioning how were they able to adopt these boys and foster other two kids, because one of the requirements for fostering and adopting is that you have a set income. Now, I have no idea what that set income was or how did they prove that.
Yeah.
When Trezell, for example, the only income he had was from selling his beads, which in my view is not a set income, is it?
No.
Because he was also making around $10,000 a year, but that's not a set income. And then on the other hand, we have Jaqueline.
Someone was saying that he didn't sell that much.
Well, I don't know. According to the realtor, he made around $10,000 per year. The one who helped them buy the house in Cal City.
Mm.
So again, I am not sure. And again, he was not registered as a business, so I don't know how he could prove his income, or for his income to be in the system.
Yeah.
If he didn't have a business, he didn't declare it. So
a bit weird.
yes, it is weird.
Yeah.
And then there's also the issue of, we know that when there are issues in the family and when the kids are taken away from the parents for a reason or another, the the system, usually social services, usually go first to the immediate family.
Yeah.
Of the biological parents, or mom in this case. And I am wondering, why were these boys not taken into the care of the family? And it was so quick. I mean, social services were so quick to push them for adoption instead of looking at the immediate family.
Hi, truth coming. There's a lot of lies in this case, and the rabbit hole still.
Hi, yes, I agree. Yes.
Well,
there's also the question of, we know that Orrin and Orson, before they were adopted by Trezell and Jaqueline, so they were fostered by them first and then they were adopted. But before that, they were fostered by another family.
Yeah.
So they had another foster mom, and this foster mom, she was really happy with them. They were really happy with her. They were bonding. They were developing, a good relationship, and also the foster mom, she had a good relationship with the biological mom as well.
Yeah.
So, which again is surprising. Why did they not stay with the first foster family?
Well, it's a bit of a tricky situation with the social services because the social services, when they get involved, they don't really. Well, my point of view is they don't really balance it. Kind of like to see how it goes. To take the kids from already a good setting and somewhere else, from my point of view, is wrong. The, they should have taken consideration that they are it's good for them and they are happy and everybody was happy and they've been taken from there and put into Giselle's and his wife's care uh, without any kind of support. To be honest, we don't have any kind of information about this, how this system played this case. Um, to be honest, it is wrong. Is wrong.
I don't know, but something is just not right with the process of adopting Orrin and Orson. It's just something is not sitting right with me, at least. It's just the rush that they
Yeah.
were taken so quick from the biomom, then they were put into foster care, then they very quick they went into adoption to Trezell and Jaqueline, when already the family, the bio family, they were qualified enough to take them. Eh,
Uh,
you know
so
that we had, when we used to live in London,
yeah.
a neighbor of ours, she lost her kids, right? We do know that for sure, that she lost her kids because she was neglecting them. They were very
Oh
young.
yeah.
One was a 4-year-old, I believe, and his brother was 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah.
We know this because they themselves and our daughter, they used to go at the same school. Social services took them off the mom, and then they gave them to the grandmother, so the grandparents. And
Yeah.
yeah, and the system is almost the same here as it is in the US. There might be some differences, but if the immediate family is, qualified enough, then why not put them there?
I don't know. I don't know. It's probably about money here because it's just there's so many discrepancies, and I think it's all about budgeting and money and things like funds and stuff like that. I don't know how they work and what they do, usually, but we've had a good example. Our neighbor, she was really neglecting her kids. Um, she was just she was just keeping them, and she was the really, real mom,
The biological mom, yeah.
biological mom, and she was drinking a lot, and she was probably doing even drugs or something like that. She was pretty high all the time. So she the social services came around. They came around and they kind of analyzed the situation and they took notes. And we were seeing people on the street because we were living in a flat on the second floor and we could see the street. And we were seeing people how they were like coming and looking there and analyzing, taking notes.
Yeah, they were following them. Yeah.
Following, yeah. So that's a good example of how they should do. Uh, I'm blaming the system in America. I'm blaming the social services, how they work with these kids, how they handle the situation. Why would you take them from a good setting and put them in a bad setting? Why?
Yeah, and why take them from a familiar setting? Because if they went to the immediate family, bio family, they already knew those people. They didn't have to readjust to new people,
Yeah.
and things like that. And as far as I know from Trezell and Jaqueline's interview, when the bio mom was there and she was arguing, and obviously she was very upset, I think that the Orrin and Orson's aunt as well was there, And she was the one who said that even though she's got, I think it was either 7 kids or 9 kids, she always supervised the kids. So again, I'm asking, why didn't the boys go with the aunt, for example? Because she already had kids of her own, so she had the experience, plus they had the environment.
Yeah, and there were other kids there.
Exactly.
So they were having good setting, actually. Yeah. They were playing with others, isn't it? Yeah. They were just, like getting in, and they were family. They were family, isn't
yeah,
it?
They were family, so, yeah, by a family, yeah.
Hi, Chelsea.
Hi, Chelsea. Thank you for joining. Oh, before we go any further, I just want to tell you guys, I might have to step out for a couple of minutes. I need to receive a phone call. So if I'm disappearing, then you know why.
Right. So, right now we don't have any updates about these two boys.
No, we don't. There are no updates really. I'm constantly checking everywhere I can, and I don't see anything. All I see are videos which are made with the same information over and over and over again. And for me, at least, it's very irritating because it's always the same info, but twisted or added to something else as well. But I did watch a video yesterday, and I had some kind of information about the adoption process. Now, I'm not sure exactly if it is how it was shown in the video. I had to look on one of the websites for adoption in California City. That's the one we checked, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's different states, different rules, different regulations.
Yeah.
So we were looking at the process, and you have to
the requirements as well.
Yeah, you have to be at least 21 for adoption, and for fostering you have to be at least 25. So I don't know how does that work.
So the process is that first they foster the children, and if social services thinks that the parents are doing well enough and the kids are adjusting, then the parents can adopt if obviously they
but there's a discrepancy in the age required by them.
I don't know. It says they're 21, 25. Yeah. The video I watched last night, for example, it said that anyone over 18 can adopt. So again, there are conflicting information. It's also possible that because there are different fostering and adopting agencies, maybe they have different policies.
We don't know that. Because we had the look, but we couldn't find much about it.
Yeah. Let's just catch up a bit on the comments here. So Truth is saying poor babies were failed by everyone involved, I think. Yes, I agree 100%.
We don't know about the biological mom, what happened. I personally think, she tried her best, but we don't know what is her role in this case.
To me,
because I kind of have my suspicions, but I can't point the fingers yet because obviously I don't know much. But if they've been taken from her, from the biological mom, there were some issues there. But obviously, a judge has to put his emotions and feelings into the case to make up his mind or her mind, because you can't just take them like that and just say, well, that's enough, you can't have them, and let me just put them into foster care or anywhere else.
Yeah. Well, it's not the first time that this is happening, where social services are failing horrendously at the safety of children. Basically, the safety of children, really, because there are so many cases. Look at Gabriel Fernandez, for example. He was failed by everyone. Everyone could see him every single day, the condition he's been in. No one did anything to help him. It's just frustrating because you as an adult, you see a kid who is bruised, from head to toe,
Yeah.
with cigarette burns, even his patches of hairs removed, from his head. And you just look at him and you don't do anything. That
Yeah.
teacher at school, I blame the teacher at school as well, because although she did contact social services on various occasions, she could have done more. So again, the judge in Orrin and Orson West case, what he did, I think that he had a financial gain from this. If I'm completely honest, I think he did.
We don't know that.
And also, I also think that the social services or the adopting, I don't know, I'm not quite sure how it works in America, but I think that the social services had a financial gain as well from this.
Yeah.
Somehow, because you don't just push kids who are perfectly fine with the foster mom, even the foster mom, the first foster mom. You don't just push them and take them away. And you rush it so quick and you don't take anything from the biological mom as a judge into account.
Yeah.
Like, for example, we know that apparently she was, the boys were taken because she was using drugs. But according to her, she was using marijuana for medical reasons, for which she even had a letter from the doctor.
She had the medical marijuana. It's not really like, it's not like the real deal. It's just a medical one.
Yeah.
She was probably in pain or something that, I used to work in healthcare setting, and we were getting sickle cell patients, and sickle cell patients are usually uh, minorities such as Asians and black people, um, especially Caribbeans and, in general, Africans, and they were having this sickle cell issue, and they were in constant pain, and they were getting the medical marijuana. Some others, they were getting other medication, strong medication to, kind of relieve that pain. If she was having that kind of issue, then she was on medical, marijuana for a reason, for a good reason. The judge should have just taken in consideration she's the biological mom. She's trying her hard to, support her kids. Uh, Even though she was on medical marijuana, she had good proof from her doctor that she was using it for health issues, not for, other things. Uh, Obviously, I blame the judge mainly and the social services for handling badly this case. These two boys were, like, literally, they failed them. The system failed to support these two boys. I don't know. Failed, totally failed, 100%.
There's a pattern you see here.
Yeah.
It's like these social services judges and so on, whoever is involved in this kind of situations, they don't even see kids as humans anymore. It's just like a ball which you take from one and you just pass on to another. There's no emotions there. There's no feelings. There's no sympathy. There's
Yeah,
no nothing.
I would blame the judge, and I would put him to pay for his mistakes. Re- Literally, I don't know how these judges are making their mind up and just saying, this is it, that's it. I don't know. I don't know. Right, so let's go back there.
Yeah, where was I? Yes, Chelsea. The chief needs to do another public update to help squash some vicious rumors. You are right, and I think everybody is waiting for this. And the problem is that although he's been given so many press interviews and so many, updates, as he says, there are not so much updates really, because constantly he's always saying, we don't have a suspect, we don't have new leads, we don't have this, we don't have that. And on the other hand, you also have people who obviously their heart is in the right place, going everywhere and looking around, droning the areas, using the satellite to see whatever they can find. But lately there've been so many reports of people finding graves in the middle of the desert, which obviously they might believe that they can be, bodies buried there. Even I think it was 2 days ago or so, I've seen on AV Watchman, I believe, that the police again went to dig up another grave which had dog bones. So yeah, they even found the lead for the dog dug up. But on the other hand, it might be that if there is a big, cover up from the west side, it's possible that those were done on purpose, again, to take away the police's time and their searching really. So
I
to
mean, to change the scenery in
yeah, exactly.
the area where they were interested to get, kind of
Yeah,
stay
yeah,
away.
yeah. Sort of to push them to a different place. So you go
Yeah,
this side because
yeah,
maybe the issue is on the other side, so you
yeah,
can't get
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So let's just push you there somehow.
Well, apparently from his own interview, I've noticed that he was like literally putting the accent on the that area.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
they are here.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that means they are here. Don't look anywhere else.
yeah,
So that's my opinion. Well, I think he's trying to keep everybody searching in that area, but not in other areas.
yeah.
And I think it's something to do with where they used to live in
Bakersfield.
Bakersfield, I believe, or in sort of in the middle. It's a big area there, and so many industrial companies, especially waste management
Yeah,
companies,
yeah. You have
and
waste management. You have
it's
landfills.
yeah, and it's very difficult to look into that. Who knows what happened to these two
You also
boys?
you also have recycling centers.
Yeah,
You have the reservoir there in Bakersfield. You also have what was it? The lake, the river there, Fun River. That's
yeah,
that's
yeah,
a perfect dumping
yeah.
spot. Really, all of these are.
Truth Coming says it doesn't sound like McCann's case. Nobody, no chair, no charge.
Yes, truth coming. Yes, I do agree. Although in the McCann's case is a really, really much bigger cover up than the Orrin and Orson West. I believe that this cover up in the McCann's case goes way above the political system in the UK. I think it's not only the UK. There are more countries involved here, and I think it's for a reason which, if people would know about, like Theresa May was saying, they would be rioting on the streets.
Yeah.
So yeah,
There are so many things in the McCann's case, to be honest, and I was looking into it myself just to give my wife a bit of help and support her with all the research we've done. We found they were connected to all these big sessions they were having through health big health organizations, and they're having sessions in Netherlands and all over the world.
yeah, the conferences.
Each 2 years, I believe, there's a conference, which
Euro
is
Med Lab.
Euro MedLab, and each 4 years is a World MedLab, something like that, which is everywhere else, Tokyo, wherever they have, a, a place have the conference, they put it up on the website, and I believe it's all related to you know all sorts of you know they work with DNAs, they work with everything, especially pot and down. Let's be honest, pot and down is just a big thing there. You find all private companies, everything in there, and we don't know what they do.
Yeah,
And
but
everything is covered by the government because since since 70s, I believe, when was
Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher, they started doing, having the pot and down open, and for everything really. They were doing all sorts of research and stuff like that. And since then, she started putting private companies in, so the government doesn't have to,
Account for
to be
everything.
taken into account, like, oh, it's the government's fault or whatever.
Yeah,
Everything is a big cover up, and we don't know what they do. But they do even this CO-19, what we have now. this pandemic. They work at that and they do testings and stuff like that. We don't know. We don't know what's there. Anyway.
Yeah, since we are at the Madeleine McCann, point, and you also mentioned Porton Down, I'm working at the minute on content for another video for Madeleine McCann case. However, it will be focusing on Porton Down and what's been happening there for the last a lot of years.
Yeah.
And I will also be highlighting the connections with Madeleine McCann and Porton Down because there are some. So stay tuned. That video will be coming up. I'm not sure exactly when because there's tons of research that I have to do, and I don't want to say something which is not true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
apparently, even the people who were working there, they were like.
There were experiments conducted on soldiers.
Lab rats.
Yeah, and they were being told that they are being tested for some sort of cold.
Yeah.
Or
they
flu.
were being given the gas.
Yeah, they were given the mustard gas.
Yeah. And families complain about it. They open cases and everything was covered by the government, covered up.
Yeah.
And they would just say, no, it's not true. We just did this.
And so many, and so many years later, their families came forward.
Yeah. And even Novichok.
But there are so many things at Porton Down. It's being worked on anthrax for whatever reason. Anyway, let's move on to the next ones. We are not talking about Madeleine McCann here.
No. But I was just, willing to say something about it.
Yeah.
The requirements are very different for public adoption versus private. True. This adoption was done very shady and none of the known protocol was followed.
Can we put this on the screen?
This one?
Yeah. If you go there, we are still trying to work this out. I don't know.
What user?
What's that?
I don't know.
If you pin the message, you will stay at the top. But let's try this, or maybe.
No, this is just in time.
Okay.
Time
I don't know how to work.
Yeah. So the requirements are very different. It says yes, true. Well, that's what we were looking for in this Orrin and Orson case. We were looking into adoption and fostering. What's the difference? What are the requirements and how it works? And we found differences there, discrepancies. So each agency or who deals with these things, they have different settings, different requirements and regulations. So I don't know. Yeah,
but there is one thing which is certain, that they need to have a set income, which both of them do not have a set income. So there was no way they could prove with anything that they have an income. Then you also have to not have a criminal record. I know that Jaqueline, she had the DUI, driving under the influence, a few years ago. Then you also need as a requirement to undergo a lot of training and courses, including CPR, first aid. But obviously, if they've been foster parents before, they wouldn't need to do these things again. So it would have been easier for them to carry on, adopting and filling the requirements because they've done it already. So it's not a requirement for them to redo all these things.
Yeah, but it's just to update. So they will keep you updated anyway, because they will recall you to say, well, we can just do this, just to keep you updated with the course.
I don't know, but either way, regardless of the training and things like that, they would also need to prove that they have a relationship with the kids.
Yeah.
And they are building that relationship. And also that social worker would have to regularly check on them.
Every 3 months.
I believe it's every 3 months, although by some accounts, it seems that now because of the COVID... and
6 months.
No, because of the COVID and the lockdowns and things like that, apparently they were doing these visits on Zoom, so it wasn't like a physical visit to the address. I'm not quite sure, but that's what I understand.
Yeah.
If it was a Zoom call, either way, normally they would need to see the kids, isn't it?
well, that's what our norm
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
really. Yeah.
yeah. We still don't know when was the last time the social services have seen the kids. We still don't know if the kids were seen by social services either physically at the address or in the Zoom call before.
Yeah, but I think they were still in Bakersfield when they've been seen
I
by
have no
social
idea.
service, and after they've been seen, then they moved to Cal City.
That's what we thought
Yeah.
as well. That's
Yeah.
why we thought that they moved from Bakersfield to Cal City. Probably something happened with the kids after the visit, from the last visit from social services, and they had to,
To move
yeah,
and erase some tracks
yeah, yeah.
somehow. Yeah. Right. Uh, what was I saying? What? So Sam says listening to an American CPS worker last night, she was saying if they already were fostering, it's a much quicker process
Yeah.
for adoption.
Yeah, we were already covering this.
Yeah,
Yeah, just now. Yeah.
Thank you, Jorge. Happy birthday, you wish me. Thank you very much. Thank you. Then Chelsea says the Paramount has sought out legal counsel to the CFS over this case. She had completed all classes, tried to go to the required drug classes, even though they refused her BC. She had
Because she
with
had
card.
with card.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
right. So is that so? That's why she has a GoFundMe page. So these are the legal fees that she was talking about. Because in her GoFundMe page, she wasn't very clear. She just said that she needs money for a lawyer, but she didn't say for what. So she's suing the DCFS. That's brilliant.
All right.
So I'm really hoping that something will come of this, but I'm hoping mostly that the boys are found and
that's
alive rather
that's
than.
why I would love to
Yeah.
know they are safe, and they will be found alive because they did nothing wrong. Come on, they are just kids. I would be so happy to find out they've been found in safe, really. So then rapid adoption occurred before next court date. All wrong. All right. So
So that
she had the court date, and they've been just sent to.
yeah, before her next court date.
All right.
So they were trying to do everything possible not to give the boys back to the mom. So basically, they didn't give her any chance at all. They knew from the beginning that it's not going to happen. So whatever she did, it wouldn't work. If their mind was set already, no, these boys are going wherever we want, then.
Sam is saying she only got the medical pass whatever after the boys were taken. Well, I don't know that, but apparently from previous interviews and previous information we found out that she had already the pass.
Yeah, I think it was from.
She had, she presented it to the judge, and the judge didn't take it in consideration, and he just moved on, saying that's it, that's enough, and he took the boys from her. That's what we know so far. Right. There is a fault on all sides with this case. True.
Yes.
All sides, and we have no update, and we don't know what happened, and what is going on now. And we try to gather.
What is going on now is that the adoptive parents and the adoptive family are now complaining, really, that they are not safe. That they are being targeted, and they are not being targeted by the police. They are being targeted by people, and they are scared for their safety. Go figure. But they never once question if the boys are safe, but they are scared for their own safety. So this goes to show you what kind of an adoptive family that is.
I'm speechless.
Seriously, there were interviews taken with the adoptive family, the parents, and I also think that the grandparents or the uncle, I've seen yesterday a couple of interviews, and all of them were complaining about them not feeling safe, but none of them, including Trezell and Jaqueline, in their interviews, never once mentioned the safety of the boys, never once said, are these boys safe? Are they in any danger? Are they hurt? Are they injured? It's cold. It's cold.
I mean,
They vanished in the evening when the temperature was dropping significantly in the desert, potentially nothing to drink, nothing to eat, you know dark everywhere.
They were little.
Yeah.
They are little.
Yeah. But none of them are saying about this. That are the boys safe? Did something happen to them?
Well, this is what means foster family. Foster, kind of like they don't have the same feelings as they have for their own kids.
Yeah, not
But
all
not
of
only
them.
that, yeah, obviously, if you take in care kids, you should put your feelings, your emotions, everything into that relationship with those kids because you want them. It's you who apply for that to have them. Nobody forced you to do that. So that means you want the kids to offer them a good life and to support them, not to do whatever you want.
Unfortunately, some parents are adopting and fostering just for the financial gain.
Look,
Not everyone is the same, though.
Chelsea says how the Wests adopted two kids with zero income except fosters. Simple makes zero sense.
Exactly.
Of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
that's what we were talking about. He had no income whatsoever, only from his sales, uh, because he was making beats, apparently,
Yeah.
some sort of like music thing, and she had no income whatsoever. And the only income they were having was from kids, actually.
Yeah,
So,
and
yeah.
officially, if you look at the adoption and fostering requirements, it is scary because I think that on an official level, a lot of people are thinking, oh my God, I would never be able to adopt a child because I just don't have the income, I don't have the safety, and I don't have everything that's required of me. So for them to adopt so easy and foster so easy, it's strange. It's strange.
It's strange, and I believe something was up with this social services and the judge including, and all that system played well, and they were. It's like you say they were hand in hand with the Wests. I don't know what happened there. Right. I think the Wests are in deep with, well,
Social services, yeah.
and
It's possible that, yeah, well, if we are thinking about it as a trafficking ring of some sort, just let's think about this scenario as well. You never know, it can be a trafficking ring. And I was covering this in my previous live when I spoke to you guys. Starts, I believe, with social services, because social services, they have the, how do you say, the merchandise, as in they have the kids. I'm referring as merchandise because that's what
they talk about.
Yeah, yes. They talk about. So the social services would have the merchandise. Yeah, so take the kids from the parent, then move them into the system for the judge. Then the judge, he will be the next connection because he's the one who decides what happens with these kids, right? Yeah. And then so on and so forth, and he connects, and all these connections, they need to be there, including the adoptive family.
Yeah.
In this case, if indeed Trezell and Jaqueline are part of a trafficking ring, they would already have all the connections, because I believe that was it Trezell's or Jaqueline's mom who was working in social services? So it's quite possible that. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was the mom or the grandma. Someone told me online, but I have such a bad memory that I keep forgetting if I don't take notes. That's why I always have notes with me, otherwise I forget.
Let's go to Sam. The biomom is not completely innocent in all this. Yeah, I have my doubts as well about the biomom. I'm not sure um, how she is, what she does, and what she did wrong, sort of like to lose the kids. Um, and I was saying to my wife, she might have a good connection with the Wests. She might have a good connection with everybody else. She might be part of this ring, to be honest. but we don't know. So that's why, if there is nothing to prove, there's no proper proof to say, yeah, it's true, you can't point the finger. So that's my main, opinion. I don't know,
Yes.
but I think she's shady as well. She's a bit like, on the edge. I
Uh,
don't know.
well, on one hand, you know that she said that she doesn't know them, Trezell and Jaqueline West, but then she also said that she wanted to get the boys Christmas gifts, so she contacted the adoptive parents, and the adoptive parents refused. Now, as far as I am aware, when it's an adoption, there
Yeah.
is no contact between the bio family and the adoptive family. And also, the bio family, in this case, the biological mother, does not know where the kids are.
I tend to disagree with that, because if they choose to keep in touch with the bio mom, then it's their choice.
But
Maybe I don't know how it works, because, as you know, I don't know the system how it works properly, because we haven't been in this situation, you know. But I believe my common sense says that if biomom wants to see her kids, and the kids have no knowledge of how it works, and they can't be forced, to not see their biomom.
I think that
Maybe the system just allows for the biomom to see her kids. Maybe, they just keep in touch, but the kids will be with the adoptive parents. That's how I see it. I don't know. There's so many cases and so many kids wanting to see the real, bio parents, and they've been let to see their parents, isn't it?
well, yeah, they have been,
Yeah.
but I'm not quite sure because if, for example, the bio family is
Yeah.
abusive, as an example, I don't think those
Yeah.
kids would, I think it's
Did you see her sister started? That's a rumor that it's a last time by supposed contact. We can't trust all these news sources.
I agree, Charlie. I do really agree, and that's why it's. I think that at this point it's critical that we get an official update from the police because everybody is, sort of forming their own ideas around what they know simply because we don't know the whole story, and we are trying to do the best we can to make sense of the situation and to try and understand what happened with Orrin and Orson West, and the police is not helping because they are not updating with anything really. So yeah, I know that there are a lot of videos, a lot of articles, a lot of podcasts and things like that related to Orrin and Orson case, and often they might not be based on anything really, so they can be made up for views or for whatever. I'm not accusing everybody of this, but you never know. I mean, maybe you hear something here and then you start developing it into a big thing.
Like a theory, and
Yes,
that's it.
and that's
You
it.
lose it. You
And
lose
then
the main thing. You lose the essence
yeah, and
of
then
it.
some people are taking it as a fact, although
Yeah.
it might not be one.
Chelsea is asking, do you see the grandparents ABC interview?
You know what? I started seeing the grandparents interview, but I found them so irritating and so annoying that I just couldn't watch it fully. However, they were only concerned about themselves. And the grandmother, she started crying and blah, blah, like maybe crying for the camera. But their main concern was their own safety. And again, on the other hand, if they are so concerned about their own safety, including Trezell, why is he not protecting the grandparents? Why is he not going for a public interview to say, you know what, you have whatever you have with me and Jacqueline, just leave my parents alone or whatever. But no one is saying anything. No one is saying that they are not guilty. No one is saying that they didn't do anything to the boys. No one is saying anything. And everything they talk about is themselves. And this is so very similar with the Madeleine McCann case. Those parents, Kate and Jerry McCann, oh my God, oh, never mind. Let's move on because
They're all
no.
clients and do that.
Yes,
Do that.
yeah.
Like that. Just shut up.
Yeah.
Okay, let me talk.
Jerry is very controlling. He is very controlling and arrogant and
Yeah.
narcissistic asshole. Sorry, moving on. I'm getting my blood pressure high.
Sam is just is asking Chelsea, how does a 3-month-old get a broken leg? Uh, well, yeah, sure.
I've heard this yeah before.
Well, it's a big trauma for a baby that old, 3 months old, to get a broken leg. Bro, it might happen by accident, but let's be honest, accident is any time it might happen an accident such like that, right? But a broken leg is a bit.
I mean, even if that baby would fall off the bed, let's say, for example, as an accident, they wouldn't break their leg.
No.
It had to be some sort of really big pressure or force. Yeah.
Yes.
So if really it is true that the baby had a broken leg at 3 months old, then that's again another suspicious thing, really.
Yeah.
Because they don't just break their legs, especially when they're only 3 months old. You can understand when they start walking, when they learn, maybe they trip on over something, maybe they run and they fall. You can break your leg like that.
3 months old. It's not
but
really...
3 months old, he doesn't walk. They don't learn how to walk yet.
Yeah.
So it's very suspicious that.
Chelsea says he disturbed me that Wanda stated they were good parents. I mean, they're still parents. I mean, aren't they still parents? Odd choice of words. They were whining about how they are being treated vs what boys could be going through.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And also they were good parents, but do they really have to emphasize that? I mean, if you are a good parent anyway, you know that you are a good parent. No one has to tell you that. But obviously, again, they had the cameras on and they had to highlight that they were good parents, but were good parents why they are still not good parents. I mean, even if they, let's say, for example, Orrin and Orson West, yeah, they are deceased, yeah, they still have the other 4 kids, the 2 foster kids and the 2 biological kids. No, they don't have them now because right now they are still in custody, in protective custody, but they are still parents. So I don't know why did she say about them they were in the past tense. Again, is a very odd choice of words, just like the rambunctious thing. I cannot get that out of my head. Rambunctious, my goodness me.
Oh, well, that might be a good point to analyze the word and try to make a good statement. Rambunctious.
I already made my analysis on that in my interview analysis video. But rambunctious, you usually say rambunctious to those kids who are not well behaved, who are always, loud, they are screaming, they are shouting, they are,
Yeah, kids are kids.
Yeah, exactly. But in that situation, Trezell, in the interview, he said it in such a way that he seemed angry at the kids' behavior. So that's why he called them rambunctious. But he shouldn't be angry in a case where his kids are missing. They have vanished. So why is the anger towards them shown in that interview? Plus, it's like he's trying to shift the blame from himself to the kids. That's why the kids went missing, because they are rambunctious. Because of their behavior, they went missing. You see how he's shifting the blame from them to the kids.
Chelsea says to Sam he was with a sitter that was watching all the kids who were rough housing, and one jumped down from bunk bed and landed on him.
Right.
Mom was called but couldn't leave work. Took baby to ER after, to emergency room after.
All right. How is it that I can't get this information? I'm always trying to look for new things. I don't know.
But Chelsea knows.
Yeah, Chelsea, you know your things. You know your stuff.
Yes. Right. The children were with her boyfriend at the time. I wouldn't really call it a sitter. So, yeah.
So which one was it now? Was it the sitter or was it the boyfriend? Because then if it was either one or the other, there are some things here which they are not right. If exactly.
Yeah.
If they were with the sitter, again, the sitter should be responsible because she was supervising them, whilst the mom was at work because she was working.
But even if it's a boyfriend, he's still
That's all. Yeah, that was my next point. If he
Yeah.
would be the boyfriend, then it would be even worse because he was the boyfriend.
Yeah.
So that shifts the blame to the mom as well, because how could she trust her boyfriend to be left with the kids,
You
which were
never
not
know
his?
a person, to be honest,
Yeah.
all your life.
Yeah.
Uh, Automatic call cops to open an investigation. And
CPS.
due to stress, she had second baby early, and due to having an open CPS case, the second baby was automatically taken until it's over.
Yes.
Right. Well.
Yeah, because she took the kid to A&E, to ER,
Yeah.
emergency services. Emergency services, they contacted CPS. CPS went, they took the kid, and then she was also pregnant at the same time. She gave birth early, and because there was already an open case, they took the baby as soon as the baby was born. In all fairness, I don't think that she was given a chance to improve herself. Honestly, I don't think that she was given a chance to even try and fight for the boys.
No, it was too quick.
Yeah,
It was too
yeah,
quick, and that's the problem I see in this case.
yeah.
I mean, you are the mom. I will give, because everybody, to be honest, everybody has a right to second chance. I strongly believe in that, you know. But obviously, she didn't have that chance. So there you go. I hear that everyone is accepting what everyday shenanigans posted as the gospel. I'll just agree to disagree. The truth will come to light soon enough.
Yes, I completely agree with you on that. You know what? We are all trying to do the best we can to try and figure out what happened with the boys with the information we have now, because there are so many creators, YouTubers and bloggers and so on and so forth interested in this case. They will try to bring as much info to the light as they possibly can. But also, like you said, it needs to be taken, like you said, you need to agree to disagree. So if someone says something, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a proven fact.
Yeah.
Someone might have the information from somewhere else. And that's why I always like to put disclaimer in all of my videos. I should start doing that in my lives as well, because there is no way I can verify or I can say for certainty what I'm saying is a fact. So that's why I am giving you the info, and you guys can make your own decisions what you take from this video or from the live or from any info I give you.
But we have two kids as well, and we know, we feel bad for those two boys.
Yeah.
Really. Uh, if I was in that situation, I would be mad, just going on and about to look for them. Seriously.
And question,
I was literally non-stop looking for them without even having a break. I was just going like mad, crazy, and just go everywhere, cover the whole area, even more than that.
Would you listen to the police if they would tell you to stay indoors and don't look
I
for
don't
them?
believe that statement, to be honest. I don't believe the police would say, stay indoors, we will look for them. No way. Even though the police was saying that to me, you can't force me as a even if I'm an adoptive parent, you can't force me as a parent to stay indoors and me to just be complacent with the police looking and others looking for my kids. I would just go like, what? What did you say? Just do your job. Let me
Get
do
out of
my
my way.
yeah. Get out of my way. Let me do my parental work. That's all.
Yeah.
And I was just going. Seriously, how can you stand there and wait for the police to come? And all that time wasted. That's that time is literally the most important time where you can look for the kid. You've got a big chance to find them. You can't just literally waste your time. Seriously. That was a big thing, and I take in consideration that, and I blame him, and I don't only blame him,
Blame who?
but I blame I blame um, the system because failed to make us understand how come you as a parent, even though you are adoptive parent, right, sit there under the tree and wait for the police to come to look for your kids.
That's just
Get the heck out of here.
that's just ridiculous, really. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just
right. Sam is just saying to Chelsea, if that were the 100% truth, child services or whatever it's called in America would not have taken the child. There's no signs of previous abuse. If she'd raised her eldest too, then I'd believe a story about the youngest. Um, yeah. They saw signs of previous abuse. Well,
well, there might be a bit different over there.
yeah.
The truth is, if we don't know more information, then we can't really, even if we speculate, we can do that. But
My daughter, she cut her finger. Remember, she cut her finger
at school, or
at home playing. She went to school.
oh yes, I remember.
Remember,
Yes,
the
yes.
school called you
Yeah,
to ask what happened to her.
yeah.
So just imagine the system in the UK versus system in the US.
You can't say that for every for
But
all of the cases.
but look what
Look,
happened.
listen, you can't say that, and you can't generalize for everything, especially because in the UK as well, social services are failing
Yeah.
in cases, in various cases.
Yeah, true.
In America as well. In America, there are good people, and the social services are doing their job, but also there are times when they are not. They are failing miserably.
Yeah, but
Same in the
but,
UK.
but literally this case with Orrin and Orson, they are just like literally they this is ignorance from my opinion. My opinion is they ignore everything. I'm so frustrated now.
You are. I can see you
Seriously.
are.
Right. So incorrect. I've dealt with social services. I'm in a related field. Protocol in the states here is different.
That's why I said
Yeah.
that there might be a
Yeah.
difference between US and UK.
Christine is asking what year was Jacqueline's DUI.
It was a few years ago. I don't think I've had the info as to exactly when it was, but a few years ago. Yes.
So for how many years is a DUI stays on your file?
I have no idea.
Because you need to look into that and see whether it was at the time of adoption, like the fostering adoption. There's two things, different things, but obviously they've been given to them. If
But
she had the
wouldn't that
DUI on her file at the moment when the social services and the judge decided to give to them the kids, why wasn't that taken in consideration then?
but wouldn't that come up on the criminal record check anyway?
It would, but who decided that that DUI is not against them?
It's at the discretion of the adopting agency or fostering
Oh.
agency, so it's not a set rule. It depends on them in various circumstances, from what I understand.
She raised her older two. They just now want to stay with the dots when this occurred. Do you guys ever pay any attention to what her sisters and aunts have said? Her family that shows their faces, not just keyboard gangsters. Oh well. Uh, yeah, I was trying to look into biological mom's family, and I couldn't come out with so much information. It's really difficult to find um, information about somebody who's not really, giving much info out there. So we need to have a proper look into that as well, because I suspect the bio mom, she has her own faults, but we need to clarify that. And obviously, we need to take in consideration what we find and balance it somehow. But I believe she's at, at fault as well. She can't be just taken out of the context.
Well, from the interviews I've seen with her, she really did seem genuinely concerned about Orrin and Orson, and her side of the family as well, who was there with her when Trezell and Jaqueline were doing that press conference. They seemed genuinely concerned about the well-being of the boys, and also genuinely frustrated and angry at the adoptive family.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that she has or she doesn't have any fault in it. The problem is that we can't find any concrete facts on it, so you can't
Yeah.
really point a finger. Also, you can't dismiss it. So
Yeah, you can't point a finger, as I said, and I kept repeating myself. Uh, you know, with
yeah,
that. But I feel I have a feeling about her because she can just make it up and just cry in the camera and say, "Oh, I'm having a panic attack of, of some sort." I don't know, but everything is a big circle, and as Sam was saying, seems like a McCann's case. It it gets to that point, really, isn't it?
more or less, yes, but
Yeah.
he's nowhere near.
Nowhere near
No,
because McCann's are too big.
they are connected to high-profile people.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah. But I had a boy for even the accident emergency. At one point, he had two broken arms, broken leg, and a huge cut on his head with stitches. And I've never had social service called them. Right.
that's a bit surprising.
Ooh. Yeah, depends now because
Is that your phone?
yes, sorry about it.
Maybe they are calling you instead of me.
No.
Oh,
Um, in different settings now.
I think that Sam is in the UK.
Yeah, but in different settings.
Hold on, just before you say it. Sam, do you work in any or did you work in any? That's why I wanted to ask because you worked in any as
yeah,
well. From
yeah,
what I understand, you
yeah.
worked in any.
Well, as soon as you see signs, because I've had cases, similar cases, and I had elderly people getting into A&E, brought in by the ambulance service, and they were having bruises. Now, if you look properly at the type of bruise and where it's situated, for example, if it's here, obviously you have to take it in consideration because it might be abuse and mishandling. So when you do your training, you try to avoid to bruise people and hurt them. So you try to raise them by under the armpits. But some people might just not realize it and they just grab the arm and they make a bruise because elderly people, especially elderly people, they get easily bruised. So I've seen people having bruises in various places where they shouldn't have, and I had to raise awareness and I had to open and write reports about it. And from there, some other service is taking over the case because you open a case by raising concerns about what you believe might be a case of abuse, and then other services take over from there. That's what it is. That's how it is. Right.
Okay, moving on.
Why would they go? Right. Right. We're reading.
Yeah, it's a conversation here
Yeah.
between.
Yeah. Between Sam and
Charles, yeah. So let's move on to Avi Green.
I guess Bio Mom has been lying about how the kids got taken and drug usage while pregnant. Well, yeah, but she says she used medical drugs, not, the illegal ones. So now it's a bit of a gray area. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
it is because
Yeah,
like I
yeah,
said previously, we don't know everything. We don't have
yeah,
all the
yeah.
information. So, we can only just make a guess, speculate.
Yeah. Charles is asking if they were so scared for safety, why are they walking out filming people outside? Why are they engaging in conversation with YouTubers outside if they are so spooked?
BS, yes.
Yeah, it's a big BS, I know.
Yeah, you are right. Yes, yes. The grandmother, she actually went out of her house. She went to the fence and the gate, and she was filming the people, the other YouTubers who were filming
Yeah.
the place.
Mm.
Although the YouTubers were on the public space, so they had the right to do it. And I believe that the grandparents also called the police on them as well.
Yeah.
So the police came. I think I've seen this on AV Watchman. So the police came and the police spoke to the YouTubers. However, they couldn't do anything. They were just saying, don't make a lot of noise and things like that.
Yeah, but they
couldn't
are in
stop them.
public space. Usually in public
Yeah,
space,
yeah,
you can film, you can do
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Right. Kemp County is notorious for taking kids away whenever they can. They make dollars for adopting kids out.
Yeah.
True, we need to take that in consideration because we don't know. That's why I'm blaming social services because it's all about money here. It's not about the kids' safety. It's not about emotions. It's not about their own, their life. It's a human being. You take care of an animal. How can you not take care of a child? You know, it's a child. You've been a child. Would you like that to happen to you? I don't think so. So yeah, right. No, I don't find it. Oh, they weren't removed because they went to live with their dads. The deal might have been either we take all kids or they go to their dads.
Yeah, again, like we said, as for as long as we don't know everything about the bio family and the adoptive family, I mean all the information. Again, we can't really
Put it out there, yeah,
Yeah.
because we try to find out as much as we can because I'm really interested.
They are conflicting
I'm
accounts,
really
really.
interested to know about these two boys, Orrin and Orson. I'm really interested to know they are safe. I'm really interested to know they are alive. That's my concern because I have kids, and I feel bad. I feel sorry for them. Seriously, I'm frustrated when I come to see cases such as this, and I see ignorance, neglect, and all sorts. Um, it is a big neglect from social services side and from the judge and all the system itself.
Well, I think that in this case, the judge and social services and everybody involved, they've just seen dollar signs, nothing else.
Oh
really.
yeah. It says Alice here. Sam, there is a lawyer who has sued Kern County and other CPs locations, and he always wins. We should feel lucky how a non-corrupt CP's agency. Mm, we don't know if they are corrupt or not. Proves how Italy is claiming Trezell is on meth. Where did this info come from?
Yeah, you know what? Seriously, I've heard that as well. I've never mentioned that in any of my videos or any lives because I just I just don't know where they had the confirmation from or where they even got the info from. Because to me it seems a bit. Oh, I think that I think I remember now. I think it started with a rumor when they had the interview, the Trezell and Jaqueline, when they had the interview, there was another YouTuber, looking at the interview and talking about the interview. And the YouTuber, I think, claimed that he was on meth because of his behavior on camera. I found it ridiculous at the time because to me his behavior does not show any sign whatsoever of drug or drug withdrawal, as they said. I can't remember which YouTuber said it, but it was one YouTuber and they took it straight from the interview.
Well, to be
Which to me
honest,
seems
all these stories
nonsense.
and made up stories,
Yeah.
we try to get real here. We try to be, on the spot. We can't just give false information. It's just not going to happen. Right. I
I
spoke to, so no, they don't make those from family placements, only adoptions.
Right.
Yeah. So maybe because of that, there was a case where they thought if we put them into own scare, then they don't get any money from it, right?
I don't know.
Is that why you believe?
They don't make dollars from family placements, only adoptions. So they don't make dollars from fostering, you mean, only from adopting?
Because if it's family, and
Yeah.
I believe it's
Oh,
kind of
family
related.
placement. Sorry, I
Yeah, so
misread that.
family placement means the kids were given to the aunt, their
Yeah,
aunt.
yeah,
So that means there is not no kind of adoption yet. It's
yes,
a
I
family
get it now.
placement.
Yes, I get it now.
So
Yeah,
the
yeah,
social services don't get any money
yeah,
from
I
it.
get it now.
So
Yeah,
what they did, they tried to keep away from there,
from the
so
family.
they can just get some money.
Mhm.
So that's why they went with the
Yeah,
fostering and adoption.
yeah, yeah.
Good point there. See, I'm in the UK. My best friend has fostered for 10 years and everything is above board. Right. I spoke to my aunt and she said that the other two kids just went to their fathers when the boys went missing because my mom has been hysterical. Oh, so she's been hysterical about what?
About the boys.
Maybe because of the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, the UK should have said that. My mom has her own other kids. She just sent them away, which is understandable. Chelsea doesn't live here, that's why. So, must be very different. The US has had several big issues with CP's hostel system in the US.
Chelsea, we are in the UK as well, and
Yeah.
although that there are issues in the US with the CPS system, the social services. I don't think that there are issues only in the US. There are issues in the UK as well. I know of cases from
Everywhere.
social services where children have been failed because of their ignorance and not taking action when they should have. So honestly, yes, like my husband was saying, I think everywhere in this world there are issues at
Yeah.
some point with social
Yes,
services
yes.
and the system.
Right. Then there's a business here. Yeah, it is a business if you think about it. So social services get a budget, get a fund. The judge might get something if it's connected.
Yeah.
The family who adopt or foster the kids get money. So everything goes around money, as I said. So when there's money involved, the devil's eye, money, that's it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter kids, doesn't matter anything else. It's all about money. Thankful.
Right, Chelsea. I was reading your comment before my husband read it out loud, and I was already thinking about it. Okay, I am not very familiar with the live streaming, right? I am at the moment using the YouTube live stream, or although there are various platforms and softwares that you can use for streaming. I was trying OBS, it didn't work okay for me. I was trying also a streaming software which was cloud based online that disconnected, it didn't work with me. So please guys, if any of you know of any streaming software or online thing which I can use to receive calls as well, because I know so many others YouTubers are doing, and I would love to do that, so you guys so we can communicate like you said. I wish I was on the phone. I wish you were on the phone as well. I cannot figure out for the life of me how to make it work. So if you guys have any ideas, please do let me know in the comments or here in the live chat. Thank you. Yes, I wanted to say this because I want to do it as well, but I don't know how.
Right. So Alice is saying here they're allowed to keep in touch post adoption. The West would not allow.
All right, okay. See, again, I am getting conflicting information here from various places because I understand from one place they can't and then another place they can. So, yeah.
That's what I thought. Because obviously I thought they, if, you know, if there is no rule or regulation to say otherwise to biomom, you can't see your own kids because they are in foster care now, and it's up to usually the fostering parents if they allow it to, you know, that biomom can see her own kids. But I believe there is not no such rule only in difficult cases where they've been abused by their biomom, and there's proof that shows that, and obviously the judge wouldn't allow her to see her kids anymore. Maybe, I'm not sure. Right. It's hard to understand it being a business, not doubting any of you at all, just hard to wrap my brain around it. Sam, uh, as I was saying, and
Sam is in the UK as well.
Yeah, I kept saying it, and I'll say it again. It is a this is a big business if you think about it this way. So the kids are with the biomom. Something happens, she's getting reported. As I gave you the example from the UK with our neighbor, she's getting reported somehow, or somebody sees something which is unusual, and then she gets social services on her head. Obviously, social services will check on the kids, and from there they take it further. And then, if they are sort of sent somewhere and the case is open, obviously is going to the next level, and they check what happened to the kids and they make their own mind, and then obviously it will be sent to the judge and so on. The kids will be taken from their biomom, put into placement somewhere, and then they are in the system. And from there, it's up to the system how place their with their lives, because the system played with these two boys' lives. See?
Yes, it is very hard.
It's a big business because if there is a big ring of traffickers, and we don't know that yet for certain. Obviously, if the judge is connected, he has everything on his hands to balance and say, well, I want this. The kids will be sent there because I want that. Obviously, if someone is pushing the judge to say that, he gets a bribe, he gets some money. He does that. Social services get their funds. Again, another business. The adoptive or fostering the parents, they get their money because they take care of the kids, and that's how it works. That's how people say it's a business, and it's true. It happens.
It's very hard to believe it. Yes, that is very true because you always want to believe the best in people, but sometimes and a lot of times actually money are always over any human life or any people. You can show it, you can accept it. Yeah.
The West family terrorized these boys and probably sold it too. That was one of my opinions as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Because when you can't prove you have enough money to support 6 kids, seriously, you can't prove, because she didn't have any. Jacqueline didn't have any income. Whatever she was getting from, like we get child benefits here, and he was selling apparently beats, music, sort of, on what?
I don't know on which platform, but I know
Anyway,
that he was selling
I
this.
don't believe he was selling so much in order to make so much money to support uh, kids, the kids, 6 kids. Seriously, I don't believe in that. I don't buy that. So uh, I don't know what my might be, but that's an option. That's one of my opinions. That big circle there, and he just got you know money. How come he had a new car? How come he bought a new car? With what money? How?
We don't know exactly
How?
if he bought a new car. He was spotting trying to buy a new
Well,
car, an
yeah,
SUV,
but
but we are not sure if he ended up buying it or not.
if you go and check for a car to see a car and you want to buy a new car, that means your interest is to buy a car,
So you have the money.
not only to see it because you like to see cars. Yeah, but if you go to view a car, that means your interest is to buy a car.
Yeah.
So where is the money from?
Yeah. Now the most recent thing is them being spotted in a sex shop. Now, seriously, come on, guys. I mean, your kids are missing and they disappeared and they are possibly in danger, and you are thinking about spicing up your bed or whatever,
Sex life.
your sex life. Seriously,
Oh.
it's just. Or perhaps it's close to Valentine's Day and they are trying to revive their marriage because now the kids are not with them now, so they have plenty of time on their hands.
Let's make another two.
Yes.
Right. Sam, I wish. Let's see. Sam, I wish you to stop attacking links when people post them. There's an excellent conference with a woman involved with the system. I'm going to try to post for you.
What do you mean YouTube attacking links? Did you try to share something and it wasn't?
Well, probably
approved?
as Mark Griff posted about Soldier 2, it was under review. So
that's because it was the
show it.
It's because it was the word terrorized.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why.
yeah. YouTube.
Yeah, they have triggers.
Yeah.
Trigger keywords.
Yeah. This case is too creepy upon the adoptive family.
Yes.
True. It's very hard to imagine CPS corrupt, but they are. The states get
additional funding for adoption placements, not fosters. See, CPS is the equivalent of social services here. I know that because I've been doing other cases as well, including the Gabriel Fernandez, and it was the same CPS issue.
Well, I don't know, but how come they went to some lengths to offer the kids to the West instead of offering them to their own family? How come? You go first to the family, to the roots, and ask, would you like the kids to take care of them? Because it's your family.
So the states get additional funding for adoption placements, not fosters. But you still need to go through fostering before you can adopt, isn't it? So if you go through fostering, then you know that by the end of it you'll adopt, so you make money.
Some is saying social services in UK even pay for children up till they are 18 to go to family in another country. That's how hard they try to reunite.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Chelsea, my cousins are home from CPS. Completely traumatized. We are seeing and we will win, but dollars can't fix that. Obviously, Alice. Nothing can fix that.
No. No trauma can fix.
They get traumatized and that's for life. That's with them for their whole life.
And no money will fix
had
that.
to sue just to get them home, or I believe they would have been adopted out. It's good. I'm glad you got them home.
Yes.
I'm glad because the system. You see how it plays really badly. Sam to live in his car. One that needs to stop protecting a grown man.
Very true.
Oh
Unless
yeah,
she's protecting a grown man because they are in it together, in something together, so they have to protect each other.
yeah,
Otherwise, one of them will probably spill.
yeah,
So
yeah. Uh, Broken leg in childcare. All right. Ooh, that's harsh. So he's in childcare, and then he gets a broken leg in there.
so he got the broken leg in childcare.
Alice and Chelsea
Mom
would,
took him
would
to the hospital immediately. No, 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 no. Hold on, cause we might not be reading everything. So just get them home. They have been adopted. I believe that the child broke their leg at home and then were taken to
to
the
the
hospital.
emergency room. Yeah,
Yeah.
but Chelsea and Alice they know something. So uh, please, guys, if you can send some info to my wife, we will be grateful because we need as much info as possible, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's any update.
I believe that Alice is talking about her own
Oh,
problems
all
in this
right,
case, in this
okay.
situation. That's why I was trying to.
Oh yeah, she wants to expose the entire organization. That's a good thing to do because you know I don't think it will make a big change, but makes people realize that these organizations are doing a bad thing, bad service, and it's kids you are dealing with, not objects or machines.
And most importantly, they are not doing their job. Their first job is to protect those kids, and they are not doing it. And it needs exposing. Honestly, it does need. I think that the whole system is broken. The whole system is broken.
So how this case figure out what has been proven and what hasn't been.
Exactly, Alice, and it's so very frustrating because you want to believe that everything you read is true, but it might not be, or it can be twisted, or it can be taken out of context, or blown into proportions, and then by the end of it, you don't even know what's fact and what's not
Yeah,
anymore.
Christine is asking Chelsea, do you by chance know who Aaron Stewart is? Is he one of the biodads? Right. Hmm. We don't know that. Did you know about Aaron Stewart? I think I've read something about it.
Aaron Stewart, I did as well. Can you
Yeah.
just open a new tab and let's have a look? And can you also open a new YouTube one because it might be that the link was sent in the comments instead. It seems that she can't share the link.
Stewart. Oh.
You can put the Aaron Stewart or let's
See.
see. And of course, we can't find anything.
Well,
So frustrating.
if probably you need to just look properly into this, and it's impossible. There's so much information, and then there is none.
Yeah.
So it's a bit difficult to find the right things.
But it's also because we are in the UK and not
Yeah.
all the information is
Yeah.
reaching us, which is so annoying.
But it's not dying anyway.
Okay,
Stranger.
Sam, Sam, if there is any link that you want to send me and is not, you can't do it in the live or in the comments, then please send me an email with the link. I'll have a look at it. My email address is in the about section of the channel. So I think that's the only possibility if it doesn't work any other way.
Whereas just do not act like no grieving parents, and any way you slice it, they are odd.
Yes.
We don't know if they are passed away or if they are alive, but I would still be like literally, uh,
Either way.
against everything, and I would go in the whole state, whatever. I wouldn't care. I would just go and look for them. It's the way a person who cares shows their emotion and shows the frustration and shows the way they you know, that's the proper parenting. It's not like you just ignore and wait for the police to come
No.
around and have a look for your own kids. I mean, they weren't their own kids, but still, they were in their care. The responsibility stays and is with them.
They love to highlight that in their interview. They were ours. They are ours.
Yeah,
ours. Like
okay.
they're our property.
Yeah.
Oh my
So,
god.
this bio mom doesn't even believe in spanking. My son's 27 now, but he played football, then went into rugby from a young age, so was always bashed and bruised and in hospital. No one once has a visit, had a visit from social services. True, Sam, but you see, different places, different people, different services look into that, kind of like. But I gave you an example. What happened to us and our daughter? She went to school with just a tiny cut. Literally, it was looking like a paper cut to me, but she cut probably from her scissors. What you because she was doing crafts and stuff like that. So she went to school like that, and they saw her, and they called us to ask us what happened, and different places, as I say, different situations.
Also, when our oldest, she broke Caleb's finger. She broke our youngest finger. So the 10-year-old broke our 4-year-old finger because she got it in the door hinge. And she didn't realize his finger was there, so she was closing the door on his finger, and he broke his finger. So we had to go to the hospital, to A&E, and straight away they asked us what happened.
Yeah.
And because our eldest one was with us as well, they wanted to hear her side of the story, so not only ours.
Yeah.
They were happy, however, with how everything went. I
just left from work because my wife called me. She said our daughter just broke Caleb's finger, and I said, "Oh, what?" I just left work. Suddenly, I said to my colleague, "Sorry, I gotta go because my little one is not well." So I went. I came home and I picked him up, and I went to emergency department, and we had to check his finger. It was literally just fractured here across the nail, kind of like horizontally.
Yeah, his nail fell off.
But it was all right. He was okay after a while. It wasn't, feeling pain because youngsters are strong.
But Bianca, she still
feels it now. Yeah.
No, I mean she is still feeling guilty about it. Really.
Yeah. Right. It's not. Alice is saying to Sam here, yeah, but as I said, in different settings, different regions, different places, different people, they say it differently.
Yeah.
Maybe because they knew he was probably playing rugby or in football, you get hurt, you get bruised, you get everything, really, especially in rugby. So probably they knew about it and they weren't bothered to ask, isn't it? 3 years driving record for Dewey's.
DUI.
Yeah. All of the criminal background checks I've seen on both pilots were clean. The rest there is there's rumors about Giselle being on net rumors. Chelsea.
I didn't say we didn't say about 3 years driving. No, I've read it on a website. I believe it was AB News.
Oh, right.
It was something like that. That she had a DUI a couple of years ago, and I've also heard about it in a few videos on YouTube. But I don't know how many years back this was. Yeah. Also about Trezell being on meth, yes, I do 100% agree with you. I think they're just rumors. He did not behave as someone being on drugs. Yeah. In my opinion.
As once when he was older, and she said they can't tell abuse from genuine injury. Right, true, Sam, true. Right, Sam was not much Dr. Phil. They make mistakes all the time. Dr. Phil, I think it's the one that is on the telly all the time.
I don't know. I never watched him.
There was a Jacqueline West in Florida with the record, but her date of birth is 1958. Now, Jackie. So far, all actual criminal background checks I've seen pulled on them have been clean when date of births were matched.
Right, so that then this might be the info which I've read on the website. It might have been that it was just added on there without being verified. So yeah, that's why I always like to say apparently, from what I've read, I can't really say with certainty. But then it seems that she didn't have a DUI. So
Well, it was just a question, sort of, from my side, because when you have something and your background is not clear, obviously, you know, as we call it here, CRB or DBS, when it's not clear, obviously the system will see it and will highlight it somehow, isn't it?
yeah, and here you can have it in the system for what, 10 years? I believe.
Not sure though, but I think it's about five.
Oh, okay.
Right. Well, that's what I thought. Oh, that's why I asked because I think he's broken most bones by her child taken for abuse. When she had a second child, they took him immediately, and found out he had the same condition. All right, condition. Oh, right. My mom doesn't even respond. She had the second child while in prison for abusing her first child. Who? The bio mom?
I'm not sure, unless they are talking about something else.
Now, bio mom was in prison. Working and he was just in there constantly with my son when he was young as well.
Right. Okay.
I saw that story, it was horrific. So that's the bio mom was she in prison?
I haven't heard of that. I'm not sure.
I'm talking about different
About it was about a different
Alright,
person
alright,
here.
okay. Sorry. Well, prisons. No, she's referring to another case.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I get it now.
Chelsea
Yeah.
was the worst. Took her so long to get out, even after they disproved. She should get out that data. Right. And I hope she sued it. And grandma kids are grown. Chelsea. Um, super cautious kid. In the hospital as once for an allergic reaction. Right. Okay.
Sam is saying, glad mine is grown, but got a 6-month-old grandson to worry about now.
Yeah.
Well, our eldest is 11 years old now, and our youngest is 4 years old. So we are concerned about the 4-year-old because he's very wild.
We are concerned about her as well.
I mean, in terms of accidents, because he.
Oh yeah, he's
behaving
always like
differently
it. He's a
than
boy.
her.
He just jumps. He just
Yeah.
does whatever you don't even. He was. I quote him. He was pouring milk in the telly. Hence, I had to put the telly on the wall
Yeah.
because he was just doing it like that. Even though you say no, don't do that, he was still doing it. And I said, well, we don't need fire hazards here. We don't need accidents and stuff like that. He might get real.
He can get
He can
electrocuted from that, isn't
hurt
it?
really badly. And I put the telly on the wall.
Better to avoid.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah. Um, Charles says, I just want to cry every time I look at the missing poster of the boys. So many failed these poor boys. I just want to scoop them up, feed them, and cuddle them.
Yes, I agree.
I feel for these two boys. That's why I got a bit more, involved. I wasn't so keen to get involved with my wife in this case because I'm mostly into conspiracies and other things. You know me.
Yeah.
But obviously, uh, I feel as a parent, I feel the pressure and I feel bad about this. What happens around the world is just crazy. We live in 21st century and yeah, scary times, really, isn't it? And having It's taking forever. Alice.
Just go on and have another one.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think that this virus will ever go away. So
It will stay with us for a while though. We don't know what's going to happen, but it's up to the governments now. They will. Uh, um, I have a 6-year-old and 2-month-old grandson, so the stress has restarted. Oh yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
yes, I know. We are in our terrible fours at the moment and terrible preteens at the moment. So we have two of the
Yeah.
opposites, extremes to deal with at the same time.
Ria Stewart. Yes, here in the UK we have had some very bad and unprofessional practices around children.
Hi, Ria. Thank you for joining.
Chelsea, my mom, 92. My son started calling her mom, and we stuck. Right. All right. I was calling my mom as well. My mother has not had custody of any of her children since they removed Classic because of his broken leg. Right. Ria Stewart, happy birthday, Catalina's husband, the big 40.
Yay, the
Yes!
big 40s.
I feel so old to be honest. I feel like literally just I'm awful. Right.
I always like to annoy him with
Yeah.
his age because he
Uh,
hates it.
Says here about
StreamYard. Right, okay, I'll have a look at that. Yeah,
Yeah.
can you just put it there so I don't forget?
Yes.
Oh my god, I have a horrible memory. Like a 60-year-old, probably.
Oh yeah.
60.
Right. The dads of her two oldest went to their fathers at that time, so they didn't have to go to foster care.
Yeah.
But she had 4 kids in total. Wow. Custody of none of them for years.
I mean, you know, if you think about it from a maternal point of view,
Yeah.
it must be horrible for her to have all her kids removed. Honestly. The biomom, I mean.
Yeah. But I can't blame her that much. If I would be in that situation, I would be like going against the system, against the judge, and against the foster board. But firstly, against the fostering family because they had them in their own hands. I would just go and sorry, but I would just do that to them. Why them? Wait and see if she will come. So, what are you reading now? There's so many comments here.
Yes,
Thanks,
yes,
guys.
yes. I was reading about the Christmas gifts. The Christmas gifts adoptive parent refused was in 2018, not 2020. Wasn't the bio mom mentioning this in her interview that she was trying to get them Christmas gifts, but Trezell and Jaqueline refused?
Did they?
Well, she said it in an interview. I mean, I'm not sure if did she mention the year. I assumed it would be this year because I mean 2020.
Chelsea says here, we have been discussing this for the past 30 minutes. Okay, I've spoken to the Bam and his family that isn't what 2 local sisters and home have said. I'm sure I know where you are getting that info. Right. They said they took the youngest because he had marijuana in his system. He had a hard time breathing. Well, we didn't know that.
You see, it's everywhere. It's always
I thought
different
they
information.
took the 2 youngest, not oldest. Not true. Yes, 2018. Okay, but in 2020, she contacted a social worker to give her gifts to take to the boys. And social worker could West they refused.
Yeah, I know
So
that she did mention that in the interview that she was trying to get the gifts for the boys.
it was premature. She went into labor early from stress. Every premature child is prone to bleeding. Hmm. My sister was a parent and had to sleep a monitor in case she stopped breathing. It's a bit different because our girl was born premature and she has no issues whatsoever, does she?
I think it depends on how
Yeah.
premature they are, because Bianca, she was born when I was 8 months
Yeah.
pregnant, but she didn't need any monitoring because she
No.
was healthy in
Yeah.
herself. I guess it depends on the situation.
Uh, MZ Brazen, I don't call out the chance, but there was one interview with someone in the family that knows Dean and West and is in the inside circle. At the end of the day, the
I think I know
saga.
who are you talking about.
At the end of the day, the saga of Biomom isn't relevant now. What matters is finding those kids that are alive and go from there. We are focused on wrong things.
I agree, yes.
Yeah. There is no scenario where the kids were better off with West than the Biomom. They disappear and look miserable and malnourished. Oh
Yes.
well, but before Christmas, they went for shopping, and the four kids went into the van, right?
It was either the Christmas shopping or it was the trip to their grandparents for the Christmas
Yeah,
holidays.
yeah.
So there were four kids going in
So
the car
what I've
spotted.
seen from the neighbors' footage, there were only four getting in the van, apart from Jacqueline and Trezell. Where were the other two? Where were Orson and Orrin? Where? I don't know. That's why I think uh, something happened in Bakersfield, and they went missing from there. That's why they moved to Car City. That's what I believe.
So, Alice, I agree with you that there is no situation where they would be better off with the adoptive parents rather than the mom. I mean, rather than the bio mom. I mean, she. I am not exactly sure what she did, what she didn't do. If there was abuse there or there wasn't. I mean, if there was abuse there, obviously that wouldn't be the perfect choice for them to go back to. But if it was just a case where she went to work and the boys were with the sitter and the accident happened then, I mean, the broken leg happened then on one hand it's not her fault because she wasn't there. She was only trying to
And
support the kids financially by being at work.
and then trusting the kids with somebody
Yes.
who's adult and takes responsibility for the kids.
On the other hand, if the boys were left with the boyfriend, then obviously it was a very bad judgment from her side. If something happened to the boys whilst they were in the supervision of the boyfriend. But again, people need to be given second chances, I believe. At this point, we don't know with certainty exactly what the biomom did.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Then it says here, I was person spoken to family members who are out searching and showed their faces, not hide behind the phone and email. So I choose to trust their info until proven wrong. Right?
Chelsea, it's I think that it's very good that you have a chance to actually connect with the bio family and to actually speak with them face to face. We can't really say the same thing because we are so far away, and so many people are so far away.
We would have just done the same thing. We would have gone there and checked for ourselves and do our search really because when you spend the time uh, getting into this case, then you get to know it a bit better and go deep. And obviously, your interest is to find out about the boys, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. After 2 years, would you accept gifts? They had classics since he was 3 months old and the youngest 11 days. Let's face it, they are small. After 2 years, do you think they really know her?
I tend to disagree with you on this one because I believe even though that the kids were small, like you say, 11 days and a few months old, it was the bio mom who was trying to give them gifts. So even though they didn't know her, so to speak, I think that the connection was still there because you have the
It's a mom.
connection. Yeah, it's the bio mom. And also, if that bio mom wants to do a nice gesture for the kids, why not accept it? Look, I'll tell you one thing from my personal life. When I was little, my mom left me. Okay, there are some issues here with some other family situations and things like that. But she was always, for years, trying to give me gifts, and because I knew the wrong things about her as a child, of the whole story why she left me, I always ran away from her, and I would never accept her gifts. But she would try every single year to bring me something, although she knew that I will not accept it. She gave up in the end because she saw there is no point. But all I'm saying is, a bio mom, she would still try her best, even though the kids are not with her.
Well, obviously, there's different people and different characters. Not every bio mom would do the same, but at least she tried.
Yeah,
I'm not taking her side, but
yeah,
at least she tried.
yeah.
Right. Um, thing is, I would encourage the relationship. Any child psychologist will tell you how important that is.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree with that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Jay.
Hi,
Welcome.
Jay. Hi, hi.
The West adopted these boys and are responsible for them. The barmom has nothing to do with the boys going missing. True, true, but are still her boys, I believe. Uh, hence, she came out so hard. But I don't know. I don't know if it's a real thing or it's just a fake thing. What do you believe?
I really think that it's a real thing, honestly. I believe it's a real thing, and I also agree that she's not responsible for them going missing because they were adopted by Trezell and Jaqueline
It's
West,
not.
and they
Yeah,
had the duty of care.
yeah, yeah. And exactly what you two is info you are riding with. Just be cautious. All info isn't good info. True, true. Uh, uh, everywhere you go, you find differences and discrepancies, isn't it? You
Yeah.
need to calculate. You need to double check on that. You need to really make your own.
Charlie, would you mind sharing the YouTuber that you mean? Because I have my suspicions and I had formed my ideas about a certain YouTuber, but I just want to see if everybody believes the same.
Hmm.
I think I know which one it is.
A lot of
I was telling you
adopted,
about that
yeah,
yesterday.
adopted parents don't tell the children until they are older and understand they are not the West's children. Yeah. Well, they are, they were, well, yeah, the name says they are still Wests, but let's see what the system does now to help these two boys to be found. And I hope they are found, they are found, alive and kicking, really. Because uh, how can you think or stay with your mind that there might be that? Yeah, there's an option, but I would love to believe that they are still alive and kicking somewhere. What do you say?
I do hope that they are alive, of course. I think this is everyone's hope
Yeah.
that they are alive. The worst thing to find out at this point would be that they found the remains. This is what no one wants to hear, that the remains were
Yeah,
found.
I wouldn't. I don't
No,
want
I
to.
am I am dreading the news if that would be the case. I'm dreading it. No, it would be heartbreaking, honestly.
Thank you, Jay, for your wishes. Thank you very much. I'm 40. Can you believe it?
40 years young.
Yeah,
You get
yeah.
younger by the
Yeah.
day.
Any doctor will tell you not to hide it from your child. Very unhealthy. Yes, they need to know, but at 3 and 4, would they understand right now? Uh, to be honest, I'm 40. When I was about 4ish, I still remember that my dad slapped me for a toy. I still remember that.
So I believe that you do remember traumatizing events. In my view,
Yeah, yeah, I
it
do
sticks in
believe
your head.
because they stick into your head. I just damaged a car. I, if I remember well, I damaged the car, And my dad saw it, and he just slapped me. And I remembered that slap, and I told him, and he said, "Yeah, true, I did that. Sorry about it." Yeah, right. They can comprehend the entire time. Please listen to the doctors. I'm not here for drama. We are not about drama here. Alice, yes, my grandson just full described his second birthday party and just turned 6. Now, every kid has his memory and his brain, it's functioning differently because we are different in a way or other. So every person remembers, and you know from a different point in life, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, if something good happens and you really put it into your mind, then no matter when it happened, probably it will stay with you for forever. You will remember it because something good happened to you, at a certain point. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, doesn't matter. If you still can remember it, that means you had something to remember as a reference. Something like a big trauma happened. Obviously, you will remember it and will stay with you forever. That's my opinion. Kids are extremely adaptable. They understand having mom and stepmom. Correct. I think it's the bond that is there with the real mom, the bio mom, right? There is a bond that is
Yeah.
when is um, when mom gives birth. Obviously,
It's the connection.
is the
It's the bond.
connection
Yeah.
because you've been connected for 9 months or so, right? So that means there's a bond there formed
Like
already.
for example, take our 4-year-old for example. His dad, my husband, just had surgery last week. He spent 3 days in the hospital. Was it 3 or 4?
Yeah, something like that.
3 days in the hospital. And our 4-year-old, he was so agitated and he was so unsettled because he felt that something is happening with his dad. So I said, I think it's best if I just explain to him what's happening so that he tries to,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I had some complications. They tried to do laparoscopy on me just to not have but my heart rate was dropping, and they tried twice and didn't want to risk it. They explained to me, and that's why they had to cut me. So I had about like 2 operations, let's say per se, in one go. So yeah, I have about 4 holes, 3 holes in a cut. It was a bit, painful at the beginning, but now I'm really good. I feel fine. I'm good. I'm 40 as well, so yeah. Right. Uh, uh, let's see what's here. Um, they they provide a child therapist for free. They know. I just started if I were the West. I'm not sure if let them have gifts from them. Just saying.
honestly, I would let them have gifts. If I would be an
Yeah.
adoptive parent, I would let them have gifts. Why not?
Right. They are so young. The West didn't have to tell them the kids. Tell the kids where gifts came from. They could have just let them open them.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as my wife was saying in a previous video, so they've been sent outside on the patio, isn't it? Porch, patio. What was the patio where they
It was
were?
the backyard on the
In
on the
yeah.
patio. Yeah.
So they were outside when this happened, playing with chalk. Now we have two different stories here about chalk. Chalk that you draw with it, or chalk. Um, As Avery Washington said, the dog's
The dog
name
his
was
name.
Chop.
Hmm.
I don't know. Uh, Playing on the patio, in the garden, in the yard. Right. So Jacqueline was inside the house, packing the gifts.
Hmm.
Right. How would they know what she's doing? They could have just sent them in another room or anywhere else, or she could have just moved somewhere else to pack the gifts. They really wanted to do something for the kids, but yeah, our perspective on that too. They might have had only one gift for the house each, but were there any other presents there? How many? None of us know for sure. Yeah, they were talking only about these two Orrin and Orson's gifts that Jacqueline was packing for them.
Yeah, but they didn't mention how many they were, so we
They
can't
didn't
really say how
mention,
many they were.
and they didn't mention either if there were any gifts for other kids. Obviously, there were six, right?
Yeah.
Um, is there concrete proof that the boys only had one gift each of the other? No. No, it's no concrete proof, unfortunately. They wanted to separate themselves because the kids were already gone. That's what I believe from where they used to live, right?
Yes, from Bakersfield.
Yeah. I used to store any kind of old gifts at someone else's home, and I'd collect things on Christmas Eve, and in the morning the kids really thought Santa came home because they never give.
Well, I don't know about how you are doing it. All I know the way I'm doing it, I don't store the Christmas gifts in other people's house. I hide them in my house somewhere. I also don't pack Christmas gifts in front of the kids. I also wouldn't be sending a 3 or 4 year old outside in the cold and dark in the backyard to play with chalk whilst I wrap Christmas gifts. What's wrong with me wrapping Christmas gifts in the middle of the night with the kids sleeping, for example? What's the problem with wrapping Christmas gifts in the bathroom, for example? You just find a room to hide yourself in.
Anywhere.
Anywhere, really, but it's not. There's no justification that they send the boys outside to play so that she can wrap Christmas gifts. So,
Yeah.
regardless of how many they were, it doesn't really matter.
Alice is saying in reply to MZ Brazen,
Yeah.
they sent the kids outside to wrap, so there were other gifts. The boys' outfits were in a gift bag. Right.
Even so, even if there were more gifts, it's still the boys wouldn't need to be sent outside to play in the cold.
But you
So she
hide the
wraps.
gift somewhere.
Exactly, yeah.
There's plenty space, whatever. Right. So
You can see me at 3 o'clock in the morning wrapping Christmas gifts when everybody else is sleeping, so it can be done.
Right. Shall I go down?
Yeah.
Sam is saying, right, I'd love to see what the house was like inside the time they went missing. Was there a tree out, etc.?
Well, we don't know. I don't think anyone knows that apart from the police who have been inside the house.
Yeah, the police went inside. They probably had body cams, all the footages with them. They didn't share anything outside of like, let's say the chief was talking.
Yeah, but the chief is not really giving much info anyway.
He's not giving much
No, not
info,
really.
so I believe they try to keep all the info for themselves to kind of like um, make the story and the storyline and everything, or they try to hide it somehow from the public. I don't know. Uh, says here, uh, I just don't get why two kids were sent outside so they could wrap gifts. What about wait till bedtime and wrap them in your bedroom where they can see?
It's exactly my point
Yeah.
as well. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I understand that, but how many and for whom we can guess, but none of us know. No, none of us know what gifts they were packing for how many. Oh, hi Teresa. Thank you very much.
Hi, Teresa. Hi. It's the first live I've seen you in.
Right. Do people think police have them on suspects but need more evidence to secure the arrest or do not have a clue still?
I think that there are two options here. Either that the police has already a strong investigation, they are not revealing any info so they don't damage the investigation, or on the other hand they are not doing anything. These are the only two options that I see.
Yeah, that's why I said earlier. Yeah.
But my opinion is that the police, if they are as professional as they should be, I believe they already have suspects, but they are not releasing the news.
Yeah. Right. Well, when we see the footage, we confirm the West family have come out publicly to correct a lot. So why not the gifting? Right. Well, probably they didn't see it as a big thing, and that's probably the or there's two things here. Either way, or they didn't do that, and it was just a story, a made up story to support you know, the kids missing,
Yeah,
or they were, wrapping gifts, but they didn't come out with this because they didn't think it was so important, maybe. But it is part of the investigation, and it should be taken in consideration and put into the right place, because there's the timing as well, which I believe he made some mistakes there, isn't it?
yeah,
The timing.
yeah. No, it's just too. It's just overly informative with information, which is just useless to be said.
Yeah,
Really.
I think they're suspects. If they're not, it's major corruption covering, so CPS doesn't get sued since it's the same county. Yeah, corruption is everywhere. Uh, that's my strong view. But now the level of corruption is totally, it's a different story, isn't it?
Yes.
When it's about money, the you don't know how much is how many people are involved in that circle, and how much money we talk about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Um, yes, there are clearly suspects because the only place the police are looking at is the West's home, 5 warrants. Right.
Yeah, I know. For some reason, they keep going back to the Car City property.
Yeah.
I am not sure why this is happening. I mean, they've done so many warrants by now. They've searched everywhere. I don't know what else they expect to find, or unless new info came to light. And again, we don't know much about them.
So how does it work?
Well,
So she took gifts in 2018 and attempted in 2020. Well,
hold on. I don't know.
is it is it that
Who looked at my story
is it that
jumping?
they were like the bioman of the gift to the West in 2018? Or
I am
did
not.
she try in 2018 but they didn't accept, and then they accept in 2020?
No,
I don't
She
know.
didn't try into any. Wasn't weren't in 2018 the boys into foster care already, and they were adopted by Trezell and Jaqueline in 2019.
That's probably what you know, right? Everyone's suspect since 2 boys disappeared. Yeah, but let's see where it leads us. This thing. All people need to be looked at until there is a solid lead. Think they need them to slip out or need some concrete evidence. Yeah, Alice is saying to, yeah, are you waiting for the West? No, not everyone is suspect. Just put in charge for lie to police. Well, right, exactly those were.
Exactly, those boys were gone before the 21st. I think the
Yeah.
CPS call about dropping off gifts spooked them, and they had to come up with this missing story. Yes, and the lie. I think that happened as well. I don't think that it was about any gifts from 2018, and I think it's best that we just steer away from the gifts
Yeah.
story here, because it's just causing arguments and here, please, guys.
Yeah. So it says here.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Hi, Nick.
Hi, Nick. Hi.
Right.
Thank you for joining. Hello, hello.
Everyone's okay. Okay. Where are you at the moment?
Well, I am trying to see here. Happy birthday from Nick Williams.
Thank you very much, Nick. Okay.
Everyday shenanigans. Right.
Oh.
I was
Alright.
I was thinking someone else. I was thinking about a different channel. I am not. I've seen the channel, but I haven't watched any of the videos. So I'm just gonna check it now quickly on my phone just to see what's all about. You know, honestly, I do believe that there are some YouTubers. I'm not going to name names or anything like that, but
Yeah.
I do think that there are some YouTubers who just come up with videos for the sake of it, just to have some more, you know, views and things.
Right. Um. So.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of the
Selena, he
videos.
says, why I don't get any notifications.
Hi, Selena. Did you turn your notification bell on?
Mm,
I am not getting any notifications from your channel either, so I'm not sure.
right. So, stranger, he says, so I went down because
Yeah.
we kind of lost.
Stranger with Science, yeah, we sort of lost it because of the.
There's a giant hole in Trezell's story. If he was gathering wood just outside the gate, the boys would have had to pass by him.
Thank you! Exactly the point I made in one of my previous videos when I was analyzing that interview. Yes, it makes perfect sense because the gate was here. Trezell went throughout the gate to collect firewood. The boys had to have go through the same gate, passing by him.
Yeah.
It's impossible. He didn't see them.
Also, when you walk on the pebbles, you can hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not rocket science. Come on.
And it's impossible for a 3 and 4-year-old to be so silent, so quick, to just vanish into thin air without no one seeing them.
So they claim when, also the parents put to the adoptive mom because it wasn't inside. Right. They claim when he went inside for a couple of minutes, the boys vanished. But you can see that nobody approaches and the boys don't leave. Even police chief said that.
Exactly, yes. And if we are to take again into account the neighbor's footage, you can see in the footage that you can actually spot when someone is walking in that backyard. So you can see Trezell from head to toe walking towards the back gate, and at no point were the boys spotted anywhere in the garden. You can even spot the dog in the garden.
Yeah.
So just as easy as you can spot the dog and Trezell, you could spot the boys going through that back gate.
Yeah, because the neighbor's footage was showing clearly the whole thing. So from head to toe. And if a man at his height can be seen, well, obviously the little boys were, like their height would be different, obviously, but they can still be seen because you can see the van in the yard. You can see many other things. The footage doesn't lie, so that's what it is.
Yeah.
Right. Sam is just saying here, kind of, yes, and I've seen people from all across the world on various YouTube lives, so it's reached so far, yet not on mainstream media in the US.
I know, it's so surprising. It is very surprising. Yes, it is.
Alice is just saying yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just what I said as well.
It was confirmed dog's name is in chalk.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, because AV Watchman, he said about chalk. but I was reluctant to kind of agree with that.
And you did tell me that, but I really wanted to get on live and just say whatever new information I had, and I think that I might have rushed it on that live because I wasn't. After you pointed out that it's not very
because to
likely.
be honest, when a dog gets to your attention, he will just kind of like look at you because you shout. It doesn't matter what name or what you say. The dog, any animal, kind of like looks at you because you make a noise and he wants to look from the side it comes that noise. Obviously, paying attention to a watchman, that dog, doesn't mean his name is Joe, but he pointed out that his name is Joe. So my wife went along with it, with the story.
I went along
but
with
I
it
kind of
because
like pointed out after that it's not really, it's not true.
I went along with it because I am always constantly on YouTube and on Google trying to find new information, and there are none. So I thought it would be new and worth mentioning. That's why.
Yeah, so Alice says, Chelsea, I knew that was a fake story, but it's confirmed that needed to be put to rest. Yeah, it is put to rest, at least from our side, is it?
Yeah.
And so, where he shouted choke and the dog looked. I could shout ham, cheese, park, walk, etc. My dog would snap his neck quietly to look at me. Yeah, true, Sam. That's what I mean. If you do, kind of like say, oi, oh, oi, whatever, the dog will look at you. Doesn't mean that's his or her name.
I feel a bit ridiculous now, if I'm honest.
Sam actually saying my dog will look if I cough. Right. I was thinking, what dog? Oh, hold on, because I went too far.
Yeah, you did.
Sorry.
It's
right. I was what the name show? Is that like black or skinny? Maybe how rumor starts and quickly becomes fun.
Yes, it is.
Right.
Hello.
Hello there.
All good, thank you. How are you?
Mahmoud. Hello, Mahmoud. Right. Yeah. Right. Do we know why the police dug on the outside of the fence in that one spot?
Again, I'm not going to say this is fact. From what I've read, I understand that they used the ground penetrating radar scanning, and it's possible they spotted something in that location, and it's possible that's why they dug to see what they can find.
Yeah. Where are we? Sorry.
Yeah.
The US like they only had a few scenarios. The boy have passed their hiding boys for whatever reason, or they saw boys.
Yes, all three of these are
Options.
Yeah, are plausible, really.
Yeah. There's another option which might be plausible. Accident happened, and they tried to cover it up.
So they have passed away.
Anything. If the West, are you reading here?
Yeah.
Then the boys wandered off and passed they were killed. Yeah, but the footage doesn't show any kind of car or person or van or anything
It also
in the area.
doesn't show the boys there.
It doesn't show the boys there at all. That's why I was saying. I believe something happened in Bakersfield. Bakersfield. Sorry, bacon. I'm hungry. Sorry, guys. Something have happened in Bakersfield, and that's why they moved to Car City. Since they moved to Car City, the neighbors' footage shows clearly there were no other two boys outside, like Orrin and Orson. But you could see clearly four kids getting in the van when they left for, was it their shopping spree for Christmas or visit to grandparents? Yeah. Are you here?
Alice is saying, I have a
I
theory.
believe happened and I hope I'm wrong, but it's the only thing that fits to me.
And let's go to see the theory. There's a rumor.
They take crystal, people hallucinate, kill on their kids and crystal all the time. They're considered something like that. Uh, mm,
It came through like this. Yes, it did.
uh, I don't know. I'm not. Well,
I don't know if. Yeah, I know which one you mean.
there's 6 kids there that they had in at a certain point they had 6 kids. How come only happened something wrong to Orrin and Orson and not the other kids? Then can we know?
Yeah, and also I believe that if indeed they were under the influence, I mean that would give you an addiction, wouldn't it? You know what
Yeah,
Alice meant?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
met the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would give you an addiction, and potentially when you have withdrawal symptoms,
when
it's shown.
when somebody's
Yeah, don't say the
on
whole thing though.
on crystal, yeah, you can clearly see their behavior is totally different. They are in their own world. I deal with users at my workplace. I worked in A&E in London for several years, and I work with so many, and I could see their behavior is totally different. They are in their own world. I don't think these two would be with 6 kids under the influence of that. Would you believe that?
I
I
wouldn't.
don't know.
And I also think that if they would be addicted and using it on a
Yeah,
regular basis, and it would show when they wouldn't use it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know. I'm a bit torn here, really.
Nick says, I'm delighted to know you are covering Jersey and we put them down. Eventually, we'll get them eventually. I can't wait. Well done with all your work.
Yes,
Thank you very
Orton
much.
down. Thank you, thank you. It will take longer than usual
Yeah,
because there's a lot of research
yeah.
I need to do into this, but it's coming.
Stranger, no, they didn't filter you. Yeah, I think you did send everything, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, if it was about the crystal, yeah.
yeah. Listen to the 911 call of the woman who stopped her baby. Uh, Give you insight into their mind. They are for days and hallucinate. Yeah, but there were 6 kids. That's my main concern. How come the other 4 are safe and sound, and only Orrin and Orson are in this situation now? We don't even know where they are, if they are safe, if they are alive. How come?
Yeah.
Because when you are on that thing, you're not um,
And also,
psychologically,
yes,
sort of like
yeah.
you are not there. You are just out of the window.
And also, if they would be under that influence,
Mhm.
would they be able to rationally speak during a press conference, for example?
Yeah.
I don't think they would be.
Uh, Sam is saying there was someone dedicated once on it, and that pulled all her teeth out as she was hallucinating and thought she was being told to do it.
My God.
So that's again another thing that supports my opinion. They will be showing signs straight away. If they would be on that.
I
You
think so.
understand?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Uh, our pastor is on here. Right. Oh my God. That's really big. Right. Yeah. We don't know, Mahmoud. We don't know that. We just try to find out. Right. It only seems to happen with that particular substance. Well, yeah, but they would show signs straight away. It's on the camera. They were on the camera for what, several days, isn't it?
On one camera.
But when they've been interviewed, or
It
they've
wasn't
been,
several days.
it was like 2 days, isn't it?
No, they had only one press conference, which was about
Yeah.
15 minutes long altogether.
It says stranger here. Yeah.
Stranger with science. Also, those boys look skinny in pictures. Possible neglect.
Uh, mm, I'm not too sure, but I was a bit. How can I say
What?
about neglect?
No, but we were talking
Yeah.
about Peter Hyatt's analysis there
Yeah,
about neglect.
yeah.
This is something else. It's about the boys that
All right.
they looked quite skinny,
Yeah,
which is a sign of possible neglect. That can be the case, but also on the other hand, there can also be the age case because they were 3 and 4 and a bit younger than that,
Yeah.
possibly when the photos were taken at that age. We know that children develop, and
yeah,
when they start growing, they start losing weight because they are
Because-
probably getting taller.
yeah,
So that you will always see a weight loss in children.
yeah,
I think.
yeah. At
I've
some
seen
point,
that in our children, my children. Oh my god,
yeah.
our children.
Once they finally see if their mind will reset, they'll appear normal. My husband worked at the center. They can appear quite normal until they're out for 5 days straight.
Oh my god, that's unbelievable. And honestly, I don't even understand why people would use such a thing. I don't know.
Because they've been had a lot of Jack Daniels bottles, we don't know who drank them or some saying.
That can also that those bottles, that's another speculation really, because those bottles they could have been there for, I don't know, for so long. Like they could have been drank for a long period of time and just taken in the bin. We don't know that. You see, this situation with the Jack Daniels empty bottles is the same like with another video I've seen and another photo I've seen, that apparently there was a cardboard box with blood found in the bin. I don't agree with that at all, because I think if whoever took that photo was able to see the box in the bin with blood, the police definitely would have seen the same thing in the bin
Exactly.
and taken it as evidence.
Yeah.
There are so many things which are just blown out of proportion, really.
Yeah, people try and go to some lengths to kind of like prove themselves, and try to get probably attention. I don't know. I'm not blaming anybody, but to put that as like to show, oh, there's blood, it can be ketchup.
Exactly, yeah,
I
yeah. It
don't
can be
know.
anything, really, yeah.
And you say it's blood.
And how
Okay.
did you have access to the bin and you still found the cardboard box in the bin, but the police
Yeah.
didn't? Again,
Yeah.
some things
Yeah.
don't make sense.
Because the police apparently they took a lot of evidence from
They
there.
took bags full of evidence, yeah.
So they did they bit somehow. We don't have any updates yet on that, but let's hope we will get soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
They then threw out billion empty bottles of liquor. True, yeah, alcohol is a hard drug. Yeah, I mean, my wife, Kat here, she drinks a lot of coffee. I got to see now, big jar like that, 10 quid, Tesco's. Though an egg coffee like that, 10 pounds. It costs £10. It's 1 kilo, isn't it?
I don't know. Who
Yeah,
cares
something
anyway?
like
I don't care how much.
And
it
she
is.
saves the jars. They might have just did that. They saved the bottles throughout the time, and then they decided to get rid of them.
Yeah, that's
We
why.
don't know.
Yeah. That's why we keep mentioning that you can't just make
Yeah,
assume that they are
Yeah.
alcoholics because there were so many bottles found in the bin. I mean, our neighbors, where we just moved from, every 2 weeks when there was a bin collection, you could hear those glass bottles hitting the bin, like it was so loud.
Yeah.
You remember?
Mhm.
You could hear from upstairs how those bottles were hitting the bins. It
Oh,
seemed
yeah.
like they were throwing huge quantities of bottles at
Yeah.
once.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. Benzodiazepam. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's so many medications out there, tablets. My goodness me. Literally, they put me on morphine, big syringe. I was just out of order for the whole day. I couldn't literally get out of bed. I was like, I want to go toilet. Then the nurse decides to bring me another big syringe of morphine. And I'm like, excuse me, I'm not having that, sorry. But your doctor just signed for it. Did you ask me? He didn't. This man here near me, he had the femur cut, his leg cut, really. From the half of his femur was cut. And he was in a lot of pain. They wouldn't give him morphine. They would say, well, cause I'm on some paracetamol maybe. And I was like, literally, like, what? You offered me morphine, which I had an appendicitis operation, and this man, his leg cut, and you don't offer it to him. That's totally wrong. Instead of giving it to me, give it to him because he needs it more than me. And I said, I don't need even a paracetamol, sorry. I went to toilet at 3 o'clock in the night and I fainted on the floor. And they were asking themselves, why did he faint, in the toilet? And I was like, literally, common sense says morphine is making you faint, mate. All right? So I don't need morphine. And I was all right after that, wasn't I?
yeah.
Right.
Yes, so as
Yeah.
parents of six, I think you would expect they would be some responsible adults and
Yeah.
make decisions for their well-being, because when they are well, their kids are well as well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So, for example, uh, I'm a man. I used to drink a lot before. Now, not even. If I drink a beer every now and then, or just she knows I'm not a drinker because I have to be responsible. I'm driving most of the time.
yeah,
I have to drop kids school. Well, now not anymore, but I have to drop the little one at nursery and pick him up because apparently schools are closed when nursery is open. I don't see the point. But okay, let's get on with it. Right. So I have to be responsible. Right.
hi Sue, hi
Thank you very much, dude.
Sue, but he's not Mr. Lupsa.
I'm
No,
Angelo.
no, he's Mr. Serban.
Yeah.
He's Serban.
So,
Long story short, we married here in the UK, and they didn't let me change my name to his last name, so I kept mine and he kept his.
we didn't bother.
But yeah,
Everybody with this name.
with their own names.
The kids are my name, so I
Yes,
don't know.
yes.
So,
I'm the
Doesn't
odd one
matter.
out.
yes.
I'm not a servant, no.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to add? Because,
Yeah, I think that we are getting to the end of this live. So, guys, if you have any questions right now, and then we can wrap it up.
yes, I'm glad so many people joined us to, have a chat. We've read pretty much everything, and we we gave, we replied to everything.
Hopefully, we didn't miss anyone.
Yeah.
We don't have a moderator. It's just the two of us because the channel is small. I don't have any team working with me. It's just myself and my husband helping me out. So I do apologize if there were some comments which were not read.
Also, let's be peaceful, people, and don't fight with each other. Every person has its own opinion. We don't try to, force somebody to have, same opinion as ours. You have the right to your own opinion. You have the right to share it with us. You have the right to comment, to talk, anything really. We don't mind. But please, please don't fight between you. We need peace. We live in difficult times. Let's be peaceful. Let's love each other. All right?
Alice is saying just she has a question for us. Where are you guys from originally? Just curious. We are originally from Romania.
Yes.
Funny thing is, we didn't meet in Romania. We met here in the UK because we are from different cities in Romania.
Yeah.
And it's exactly from opposite ends of the country in Romania. But we met here in the UK. Yes.
Yes.
Long story short.
Oh yeah, so you're saying that you will cook me a nice dinner with candles, balloons, and cake. Well, Sue, I'm not that type of person, but thanks.
I will. I have balloons.
Yeah. So yeah, we do speak all Latino languages. Anyone wishes to speak a different language?
Why?
My grandma was from Romania. Alice is saying here.
Oh, maybe that's why your name is Alice as well.
Oh, vampire accent, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's a funny thing you are saying vampire accent because everybody's saying Russian accent, although we are not from Russia.
Well, I do kind of speak Russian, but not much because I've got nobody to speak to. But we were obliged to learn Russian in school when Ceausescu's time. So yeah.
Sam, we are not in London. We used to live in London, but we moved out after having lived there for more than, I think, 10 years.
Yeah.
We just had enough. We couldn't take it anymore. It was too overcrowded, too noisy, too busy.
People shooting each other on the streets, especially in
They were not shooting.
Yeah, they were shooting them. They gangs in London, up in North, in Hackney. Yeah. Transylvania, yes.
So is
little Russian too. All right.
Very little.
But I do read it though.
Harashov, I don't know Russian.
She knows only Harashov. Harashov meaning fine.
Fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Strange that Transylvania. You know what, Alice? I actually made a video on that. One of my older videos. If you want to have a look at it.
Yeah. London is way too busy for me. I mean, Manchester.
Yeah, London was too busy for us.
It was, but we got used to it, to be honest.
Yeah, but
we got used to it. We loved it.
But at some point, we got fed up of it.
But when the little one came to this world, our little boy, we decided to move out. So yeah, that was one of the reasons why we had to move out because.
Lack of space
and also expensive life.
Yeah.
Transylvania is in Romania. Yes, it's from center of Romania up northwest, so like that. Yeah. We have Carpathian Mountains in there. We have so many things. Black Sea.
Dracula's castle.
Bran. Yeah. It's nice country to visit, but you will need a lot of money though. Selena says she loves London. Well, Selena, I know you love London. I know.
I will never imagine living up north or Scotland. We live in the northwest, and we would never have imagined to live in an area like here. But
to be honest, for those money you pay down in London for about for what, 1 bedroom flat.
Yeah.
You'll pay for a big house here, 3 4 bedrooms. So imagine
Yeah.
the difference. And it's like literally detached house, lovely area, Lake District is around. We've got so many places to go, parks. It's not overcrowded. You don't have problems. So you need to think about it. I know London, capital, London is big, but yeah, Sam is true. Sam is right. See?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
So we shall. Yeah, yeah, true. That's what I was saying, Selena. So
That's why we came to the decision of moving out of London, because we lived in a tiny flat, and we were just too overcrowded, especially when our second child was born. We just didn't have the space anymore, and we couldn't afford London anymore.
thank you, Mahmoud. Thank you very much. Bye bye. See you next time then.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
wish I would have went to Romania before my grandmother passed. Maybe one day. I'm sorry for your grandmother. I'm a big city girl now.
Yeah.
Posh girl.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we are here. Sue is gradually moving more and more south.
Yeah.
South is nice. We've been down there, but to be honest, it's not so cheap. It's quite expensive, isn't it?
I don't
Especially
know.
Devon area, Cornwall. My
I
goodness.
don't know anything. I don't know anything.
Yeah. So no, I did Hill, to be honest. Hill's pretty nice. I'm just seeing the car. It's quite good. I'm happy with that.
Look what Alice is saying. No wonder there was a live chat at 6 a.m. Lol, UK.
Yeah.
See, I told you it's probably gonna be too early for America.
Oh yeah. And in here now at the moment it's 2 o'clock,
Yeah.
2 p.m. So.
And we started almost 3 hours ago. Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because Alice is in the US.
No, I think it was probably 6 when the live chat started.
Yeah.
Like almost 3 hours ago.
Right. We shall we wrap it up?
Yes, yes, let's do that. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's unfortunately we can't really put an exact time on when we go live. It's all, last minute thing, really.
Yeah.
When we have a chance to be free.
Yeah, because the little one just takes out whole time.
Yeah, so.
And he's clingy, he's cranky, he's everything you want to name it.
He's a 4-year-old.
Yeah, yeah.
So what we usually is when he's in nursery, or when he can stay with him, so I can go live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, that's how it works.
All right, guys. Thanks again so much for joining. You guys stay safe and take care.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you for the wishes as well.
Yes. Bye bye.
Bye bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.